بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. سعادة الشيخ عبد الله بن سعود الثاني محافظ مصرف قطر المركزي، سعادة السيد لي تشونغ سفير جمهورية الصين الشعبية بدولة قطر، سعادة الشيخ خليفة بن جاسم بن محمد الثاني رئيس غرفة تجارة وصناعة قطر، السيدات والسادة الحضور الكريم، أسعد الله صباحكم بكل خير في هذا اللقاء القطري الصيني. يسر غرفة تجارة وصناعة قطر أن ترحب بكم أجمل ترحيب في هذا اللقاء، والذي نبدأه بكلمة لسعادة الشيخ خليفة بن جاسم بن محمد الثاني رئيس غرفة تجارة وصناعة قطر، فليتفضل سعادته مشكورا.
السلام عليكم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. سعادة الشيخ عبد الله بن سعود الثاني محافظ مصرف قطر المركزي، سعادة السيد لي تشين سفير جمهورية الصين الشعبية دولة قطر، سعادة الأخ سلطان المنصوري سفير دولة قطر بجمهورية الصين، الحضور الكرام أصحاب السعادة، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. يسرني في البداية أن أرحب بكم أجمل ترحيب في دولة قطر، متمنين أن يسهم لقاءنا هذا في تحقيق مزيد من التعاون الإيجابي بين الجانبين القطري والصيني. كما يسرني أن أعرب عن سعادتي بلوحة لمعرض صناعة الصين في نسخته الثانية ليكون شاهدا من شواهد العلاقات القوية التي تربط كل من قطر والصين، متمنيا أن يثمر على مزيد من التعاون والصفقات التجارية بين رجال الأعمال بين البلدين. الأخوة الحضور، تعد دول مجلس التعاون الخليجي العربي هي الأبرز حضورا في العلاقات الصينية العربية، حيث تقابل تنامي الدور العظيم لدول الخليج مع تزايد حاجة الصين إلى إمدادات آمنة للطاقة تلبي احتياجات الطفرة الصناعية التي تشهدها. وهنا نشير أنها لا تقتصر على الصادرات النفطية فحسب، إنما تضم أيضا المنتجات البتروكيماوية والصناعات المعدنية التي أخذت تتوسع وتأخذ حيزا كبيرا في الخطط والاستراتيجيات طويلة المدى لدول مجلس التعاون مؤخرا لتنويع الموارد ومصادر الدخل. وكان الاهتمام المتبادل من كل طرف بأهمية تعزيز علاقته على كافة المستويات بالطرف الآخر هي المحرك الأساسي لهذه العلاقة. الحضور الكرام، إن العلاقات الاقتصادية بين الدوحة وبكين ليست بمنع عن هذا المشهد، فقد شهدت تلك العلاقات تطورا ملحوظا خلال السنوات الأخيرة. وإيمانا من دولة قطر بأهمية العلاقة الاستراتيجية بين قطر والصين، والذي يعد التبادل التجاري واحدا من أهم أركانها، تم افتتاح مركز تسوية العملة الصينية في الدوحة، الذي يعتبر حدثا هاما حيث أنه الأول من نوعه في منطقة الخليج والشرق الأوسط، وسوف يعمل على تسهيل التجارة بين الصين ودول المنطقة، وعلى تشجيع الاستثمار والتعامل باليوان الصيني وتوفير السيولة اللازمة للاستقرار المالي، بما يساهم في خلق العديد من الفرص الاستثمارية والنمو الاقتصادي. ويقوم فرع البنك الصناعي والتجاري الصيني الذي يعمل في مركز قطر للمال بتنفيذ عمليات المقاصة في المركز، وقد بلغت فيه معاملات المقاصة التي تمت منذ بدء المركز عمله في يونيو 2015 وحتى الآن ما جملته 419 مليار RMB، الأمر الذي يعكس الدور الكبير والهام الذي يقوم به المركز. ونأمل أن تتوسع خدمات المركز خلال الفترة القادمة مع تزايد التعاون في المجالات التجارية والمالية مع الصين، بالإضافة إلى دخول شركاء ومتعاونين جدد من مختلف دول المنطقة. إن معرض صناعة الصين يمثل فرصة هامة للوقوف على أهمية التداول بالعملة الصينية في التجارة والاستثمار، كما أنه فرصة للتعرف على السلع والخدمات الصينية، ويساهم في تقوية العلاقات التجارية والاقتصادية بين الصين ودول المنطقة. واستثمارا للنجاح الذي حققه معرض صناعة الصين في نسخته الأولى، والذي أثمر عن صفقات تجارية تجاوزت 45 مليون ريال، فقد رأت الغرفة ضرورة تنظيم النسخة الثانية من المعرض استكمالا لتحقيق الأهداف من خلال معرض مختلف من حيث المساحة وعدد العارضين وتنوع منتجاتها، حيث قامت الغرفة بحجز مساحة 10,000 متر مربع لاستيعاب أكبر عدد من الشركات العارضة والاستقطاب أكبر عدد من المقاطعات الصينية التي لم تشارك في النسخة الأولى. ومن الجديد هذا العام أنه تم تخصيص مساحة لعرض الصناعات القطرية والصينية التراثية كبادرة من الغرفة لتعزيز آفاق التواصل الثقافي بين الشعبين، ولا سيما أن هذا العام هو عام الثقافة القطرية الصينية. وختاما يسرني أن أتقدم بخالص الشكر لمعالي الشيخ عبد الله بن ناصر الثاني رئيس مجلس الوزراء ووزير الداخلية على تفضله برعاية هذا المعرض، كما تقدم بالشكر لكل من قدم يد العون للغرفة من خلال مراحل التنظيم، خاصة سفارة دولة قطر لدى جمهورية الصين الشعبية والمركز الصيني الدولي للتبادل الاقتصادي والتكنولوجي بوزارة التجارة الصينية. وأكرر شكري وترحيبي بكم جميعا، متمنيا أن يخرج كل مشارك في المعرض بالاستفادة الكاملة وأن يليق المعرض بقيمة البلدين الصديقين. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
شكرا سعادة الشيخ خليفة بن جاسم بن محمد آل ثاني رئيس غرفة تجارة وصناعة قطر. والآن يتفضل السيد تشانغ هيكسي نائب الرئيس التنفيذي لمجموعة CICETE فليتفضل مشكورا. ملاحظة بأن هناك أجهزة ترجمة للغة العربية والإنجليزية والصينية.
尊敬的卡塔尔工商会哈里发本贾西姆本莫罕默德比主席，萨利赫哈马德沙拉基执行总裁，尊敬的中国驻卡塔尔大使李申先生阁下，尊敬的中国各省市代表团、贸促会代表团，各位驻卡塔尔使节，各位企业家代表，大家上午好。为推动中国企业与卡塔尔及海湾国家企业交流与合作，搭建中国与卡塔尔及海湾国家企业合作的交流平台，中国商务部、中国国际经济技术交流中心与卡塔尔工商会共同主办了本届中国制造卡塔尔展会。首先，我谨代表主办方之一，对2016中国制造卡塔尔展召开表示热烈的祝贺，对所有前来参加2016中国制造卡塔尔展的各位来宾表示诚挚的欢迎，对卡塔尔工商会、海湾国家联合会及所有合作单位及有关各方为展会的顺利举办所做的大量工作表示衷心的感谢。本次展会以建筑与科技为主题，旨在展示中国建筑与科技领域中高端产品及解决方案，同时也为中国与卡塔尔及海湾国家相关领域的企业提供交流合作的机会。本届展会共邀请160家中方建筑行业及建筑领域企业和供应商参展，展位数达250个。参展企业来自中国的广东、辽宁、福建、四川、天津、山西、浙江、河北、青岛、深圳等10多个省市，惠及基础设施建设、机械制造、建材、机电、环保、节能及新能源、文化等领域。展会期间，为参展企业举办15场项目宣讲及对接活动，以进一步加深参展企业对卡塔尔市场的了解，通过与项目采购方的直接交流，展示中国企业的优质产品，挖掘合作潜力，推动中卡企业务实合作。近几年来，中国制造在工程建设、节能环保、新能源、电子信息及智慧城市等方面取得了明显的成果。中国以其高品质的基建设备与技术优势，深受海内外市场的欢迎。卡塔尔庞大的基础建设需求，为中卡企业开展交流与合作提供了广阔的空间。今年恰逢中卡文化年，本次展会也特别设立了中卡文化交流展区， 两国各具文化特色的展品将会亮相展会。同时，展会期间将举办多场文化活动，展示中国部分非物质文化遗产及艺术。我希望所有参展的客商能充分利用好此次参展的机会，加强交流，密切合作，取得良好的效果。最后，预祝本届展会取得圆满成功。谢谢大家。
شكرا للسيد تشانغ. والآن تتفضل السيدة وانغ هايلو نائبة المدير العام لمجموعة جلوبال لتقديم عرض مجموعة ICBC. فلتتفضل مشكورا.
Your Excellency Abdullah bin Saud Asani, Your Excellency Sheikh Khalifa bin Jassim Asani, Your Excellency Mr.Chang Hexi, and Your Excellency Ambassador Li Chen. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's truly a pleasure and an honor to be here today for the VIP Symposium focusing on China. On behalf of all our colleagues of ICBC and ICBC Doha branch, I would like to extend our sincere appreciation for your attendance today. Also, I would like to thank Your Excellency Abdullah bin Saud Asani and Ambassador Mr. Li Chen for your continuous support of the development of the Qatar Renminbi Center. We know that in recent years, the pace of renminbi internationalization has been accelerated at a faster speed than ever. According to SWIFT statistics, renminbi has been ranked as the third, fifth, and fifth currency for the trading finance, payment, and foreign exchange trading, respectively, in 2015. More importantly, with renminbi's officially included into the SDR basket, this year we see over 200 billion renminbi capital inflow into China's capital market. And especially after this October, within 1 month, there are nearly 50 billion renminbi flowing into China's interbank bond market. This consolidates the role of renminbi in invoicing and settlement, increase the use of renminbi in financial transactions, and further enhance the convertibility of renminbi under the capital account. As one of the important landmarks of renminbi internationalization, further opening up of China interbank bond market will facilitate the function transfer of renminbi from settlement currency to investment, funding, and trading currency. Currently, global bond volume with negative yield reached $11.7 trillion, according to the statistics from Fitch Ratings. And the expansion of the low interest rate, even negative interest rate, of major global economies like Euro or Yen economies drive institutional investors to put their eyes on higher yield bond market. Meanwhile, on the other hand, China's interbank bond market possessed a stable, risk-free return over 2%, and its secured investment environment become outstanding in the global fixed income market. Recent data show that CNY bond has a higher yield compared to over 70% countries around the world. So this is the right time for overseas investors, especially oil here, and China to join hands and develop together. I believe That's also the reason why Qatar Central Bank set the symposium theme as Focus on China. And I think all of you have known that China's bond market now is the third largest bond market in the world. And also the credit bond market is the second largest in the world. Therefore, in the next 40 minutes, I would like to update you on China's economy, share our view on latest renminbi FX and interest rate, and also show ICBC how we can assist you to explore China's interbank bond market. I'd like to start with the economy. After experiencing a continuous rapid growth for straight 30 years, China has become the second largest country with over 10 trillion US dollar, and the increase of annual output amount to 630 billion US dollar, more or less equal to the total output of a medium-sized economy. This increase contributed to 40% of the global economy growth. It is no doubt that China is one of the largest engines of the global economy. At the same time, the development of China presents opportunities to the whole world. In the next 5 years, China is expected to import 8 trillion US dollar worth of goods, take in 600 billion of foreign investment, and make outbound investment worth 720 billion US dollar, and over 600 million overseas visits, bringing enormous business opportunities. Meanwhile, this huge development was made in the context of an extremely complicated and a challenging international environment, especially in the domestic three-period superimposed. That is to say, China should deal with the slowdown in economic growth, make difficult structural adjustments, and absorb the effect of the previous economic stimulus policy all at the same time, meaning that China has stepped into the new normal phase. The major feature of the new normal phase is a transformation of economic growth from investment-driven to consumption-driven. Reflected in these charts, service surpassed the industrial sectors to be the largest industry of China's economy already. To make economy operate within an appropriate range, China's policymakers are taking proactive fiscal and prudent monetary policy, and we are happy to see that China's economy has stabilized. Here we list some key figures. PMI, industrial output, and profit all stabilized and rebound this year. It is particularly worth noting that the employment has been kept steady. In the first 3 quarters, a total of 10.7 million jobs were created, and the surveyed unemployment rate dropped by below 5% in September for the first time in years. For major developing countries with more than 1.3 billion people like China, it is never an easy task to ensure relative sufficient employment, considering that each year more than 7 million college graduates, over 5 million vocational school graduates, plus several million rural migrant workers will be looking for jobs. The sound employment situation has laid a solid foundation for improving people's life and maintaining social stability. Looking ahead, we are confident that China's economic development has great potential, and the driving force comes from 6 aspects as follows. The first is urbanization. The urbanization ratio of China last year was about 37.5%, much lower than 80% of developed countries. Our target is to increase the ratio to 45% in the upcoming 5 years. This means there will be nearly 23 million people urbanized annually, which is the population of the city of Shanghai. Given there is a 2.7 times of income gap between urban and rural areas, this population to be urbanized will bring huge domestic demand and consumptions. and is one of the most important driving force for sustaining economic development in upcoming years. The second opportunity comes from the increase of consumptions. As stated before, China's economy pattern is shifting from investment-driven to consumption-driven. China's consumption rate is only 38, while US is 68, so there is huge potential to improve. We are glad to see that improvement have already took place. In the past few years, our consumption growth rate was around 8%, higher than the overall GDP growth. And behind the data are policies the government issued to stimulate consumptions. The third opportunity comes from infrastructure construction. Despite the already high growth speed, we believe there are still much more growth potentials. For example, China's railway density, highway density, and internet bandwidth are only 24%, 31%, and 3% of G7 countries. So there are much more rooms for us to develop infrastructure construction and cooperate with our friend from Middle East, from Qatar. In addition, as the third largest country in the world, there are huge regional discrepancy. The Middle West area of China is far less developed than the east coastal areas. So there's still much more rooms for us to develop. The fifth comes from the high-quality global integration. On the one hand, export and industrialization upgrade is now shifting to middle to high end. China's electronic and mechanical equipment market share in European and American areas has tripled in the past decade to more than 45%. On the other hand, is the Belt and Road Initiative. By merging China's productivity and capital advantage with investment demand of countries along the One Belt, One Road strategy, China's capital will achieve global integration. And the last opportunity is to facilitate of innovation. The government is now dedicating to foster an innovative, friendly environment and encourage public participants in starting business and making innovation. Major approach include streamlined administration and delegate powers and market-oriented reform. We see the proof from the fact that the number of newly registered enterprises increased by 26% last year. In addition, investment in the innovative R&D sections will significantly increase. Therefore, China's economy has massive growing potentials and the growth driver with synergy. We need to stress here that since last quarter of 2015, China's government started to highlight the supply-side reform. Major content of supply-side reform can be summarized into two aspects: subtraction and addition. Subtraction includes cutting invalid and low supply, reforming SOEs, and loosening the restriction on the entrance of key area market, while addition includes upgrading of manufacturing industry and developing service industry. So here we can conclude that China's economy still have favorable fundamentals and massive growing potentials. With the present periodic adjustment and the necessary structural reform, economic conflicts can be resolved, economic risks can be mitigated. We are confident that in the middle to long term, China's economy will take a more balanced and quality-driven path. Under the new normal economy, where is renminbi exchange rate and interest rate heading? I think it is one of the most important questions when you have business with Chinese companies. And especially these days, we see the renminbi depreciate a lot, especially after this October and recently as the dollar index goes up a lot by 5%. So where gonna renminbi FX gonna go? So maybe in the short term, we may have some depreciation pressures because the correlation coefficient between renminbi dollar renminbi FX rate and the dollar index very high. It's almost 80%. As the shift of the president of the United States and the policies make the dollar to be relatively strong these days. So in the short term, renminbi may face some depreciation pressure, but in the long term, there's no basis for the persistent depreciation of renminbi. Major reasons include following. First, despite the slowdown of China's economy growth, the growth is still much higher than other major countries. In 2015, you can see from this chart that the GDP growth rate of China, US, and Germany and Japan, and China still keep in good shape and much higher than other countries. Second, with continuous surplus of China's export and import, fundamental supply and demand guarantee that renminbi is a strong currency in the long term. In 2015, the supply was up to $594 billion US. Third, China's FX reserve is relatively high and is completely capable of handling the external turbulence. Fourth, there is uncertainty on both the US and global economy growth. And fifth, which is the most important one, our renminbi fixing formulation policy guarantee that renminbi will stable against a basket of currency. Since the foreign exchange fixing rate reform last year, the PBOC continued to improve CNY fixing rate formulation mechanism. ICBC is a leading bank for the quotation of the renminbi fixing among the total 14 banks. And every day we provide our predictions for the fixing to the central bank. And our model is quite close to the central banks. And according to our in-house models, we found that renminbi is quite stable against the basket of currency. So now you can use the formulation as this. Every day the fixing will be equal to the previous close plus $CNY movement according to the basket of currency. Here, the previous close means the close price at 4:30 p.m. of the previous day. $CNY movement refer to the implied movement of dollar-China bilateral exchange rate in order to keep renminbi stable against a basket of currencies. And against a basket of currencies includes three categories. One is the CFAX basket, which takes the majority of the weight. According to our model, it's 80%. And the CFAX basket includes 16 currencies, which can be traded directly in the interbank market in China. And the BIS basket, which is only 5% in the weight, and the SDR basket. Currencies in the CFAX market are the most important one for reference. This joint ensures that renminbi is staying stable against a basket of currency. And one more thing to add here is to facilitate the development of China's FX market. Recently, China's FX committee was established under the guidance of PBOC and SAFE. ICBC was designated as a leading bank, and this reflects the regulator's approval of ICBC's code and the trading ability. After renminbi exchange rate, now let's talk about renminbi interest rate, because to enhance the bilateral use of renminbi for the settlement, we need to find ways for the holders of the renminbi proceeds to invest, to pick up your yield. So bond market is a good choice for you since now it's open to you. And here we can see that China's bond market has experienced a bull market for the past 2 years. The annualized return, the total return for the past 2 years has reached 20%. And we expect in the future we will have still a moderate bull market. And I think the raise of the renminbi, the interest rate will maintain fluctuate in a broad range. And the downward momentum comes from two aspects. First of all, structural reform could cut the invalid and the low-end supply, which lead to the slowdown of the GDP in short term. So it is expected the slowdown the GDP will promote further decline of the rate. So for those investors in China's bond market, you will still have capital gains on the return on the price. Secondly, last year the world economic growth fell to its lowest rate in 6 years. We expect the looming tail risk around the globe will trigger risk of activities in the financial market, as we have seen quite a lot black swans this year on the market. The Brexit, the election in the United States, all of this make market turmoil. In that case, investors will overweigh on the sovereign bond. However, we hold a cautious view about the magnitude of yield decline because China's prudent monetary policy and a proactive fiscal policy. Firstly, PBOC tends to pursue a prudent stance of monetary policy in maintaining liquidity reasonably adequate and control the overall leverage of the financial system. Secondly, bond market will be shocked by surging supply of government and government-related bonds. The total issuance amount of this bond in this year will exceed 14 trillion yuan, which is 73% higher than last year. So in general, China's economy is still there, and the CNY keeps fluctuating within a reasonable range. And the CNY bond has higher yield than over 70% countries around the world. And from this chart, I think it's not clear, but we have printed presentations on your hand. You can find the detailed data. Okay, detailed figures. You can see that the spread between renminbi and the dollar treasury bond for different tenor, the average spread is around 100 to 150 BP, and the spread between renminbi and the euro or yen bond is 200 to 300 BP. So if you invest in China's bond market, you will have this spread pick up in your returns. And if you are concerned with FX risk, you are also allowed to do the FX hedging in China's onshore market, where the swap point is quite low, which is only 500 pips, which is equal to 80 BP on cost annually. So after hedging, you will still have 100, at least 100 BP spread over this G7 countries bond. So I really think China's bond is a very, very good choice for you, since we see the importance of the renminbi's internationalization, and we want more of our friends to benefit from the usage of the renminbi. So we open the market to you and make you easier to get access to our bonds and make the hedging deals to protect you on the FX risk. So I think I got the note that maybe some guests need to leave. Maybe we can have a 5 minutes break, and after that, I will give you more introduction on how you can get into China's bond market. Thank you.
شكرا لك